Hello guys, welcome back to the segment. Nama aku Hafiz dan kepada sesiapa yang masih belum subscribe, aku harap korang boleh tekan butang subscribe, dan kepada sesiapa yang dah subscribe, thank you so much guys for subscribing. So guys, before we start, aku just nak remind kat korang yang kita orang dah available di Spotify, Apple Podcast dan also di Google Podcast. Okay, so korang boleh cari The Segment Podcast. So malam ni, kisah seram subscriber, but this one is going to be a special episode. This is going to be a collaboration with salah seorang ataupun salah satu team daripada Singapore, iaitu The True Horror Stories POV. Okay, sebelum tu, jom kita layan the intro.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم لو أنزلنا هذا القرآن على جبل لرأيته خاشعا متصدعا من خشية الله وتلك الأمثال نضربها للناس لعلهم يتفكرون صدق الله العظيم.
Okay guys, macam aku cakapkan tadi, it's a special episode today, collaboration with True Horror Stories POV, and sekarang ni aku ada diorang punya team ataupun dia punya owner of this particular channel. Nakia is on the line. Hello, Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam. Hi Hafiz.
Hi, how are you?
Alhamdulillah. Your side okay?
Okay lah, so far okay. Cuma macam tu lah, you know, PKP, I mean, kena lockdown and all, so we need to stay at home lah basically.
Oh, masih I
masih.
Tak ada lagi?
Masih.
Okay, tak apa. Korang can do it.
So, what about Singapore?
Okay, actually bad news also lah. On our side, kita recently ada increase in the number of cases. So, kita pun dah tengah ketat sikit kat sini lah. So, shooting pun tak boleh juga actually. Ya, so ya, tapi tak apalah I mean, kita faham-faham lah the situation sekarang.
Kan, so macam banyak orang kata apa, banyak halangan lah kat sana
banyak betul, tak habis-habis. Kita dah happy tau, mula-mula dah turun number of cases semua, sekali naik balik.
Aduh, yeah. Okay, so Nakia, probably you would like to introduce yourself because you know, maybe some of my viewers or some of the segment viewers, dorang mungkin tak kenal who is the True Horror Stories POV actually, right? So probably you would like to introduce yourself and what you do, how come you can come up with this particular name, you know, what kind of mission that you have in regards to this particular channel.
Okay, so first and foremost, my name is Nakia. I am the content creator for True Horror Stories POV. Okay, so actually it all started because I senang kata lah, since young I've always have macam this many encounters with benda-benda macam gini lah. So when I tell people, macam bilang orang macam apa I saw, what I experienced semua ni, people have difficulty trying to put themselves in my shoe. Like diorang tak boleh imagine gitu what benda yang berlaku lah. So because of that, then for years I've been trying to tell them, aku nampak ada benda tu tengah tinggi kat pokok semua ni kan, but diorang tak faham. So bila finally, alhamdulillah, one day me and my sister, kita tengah main makeup gitu. Sekali dia tiba-tiba find out that dia ada this ability to buat makeup hantu. Terus after that habis macam makeup dia realistic juga. So that's why kita macam decide, actually we can make this work. Because selama ni when I want to make video pun, the halangan is that I takut the hantu look very fake. You know, because kalau nak buat cerita hantu dia of course kena seram. Tapi kalau hantu dia macam kelakar gitu, people won't say it's cerita hantu lah kan. Yeah, so oleh like because my sister managed to suddenly ada this hidden talent and dia boleh buat makeup hantu, terus kita start buat video tu sampailah sampai sekarang. Panjang betul intro aku.
I difahamkan the True Horror Stories is basically all the cerita dekat dalam tu is based on true story, is it?
Yes, correct. So for season 1, episode 1 to 10 are actually my experience. So what I experienced daripada muda sampai sekarang ni, those are my stories. And then tapi for season 2 yang kita tengah nak wrapping up sekarang ni, actually stories that orang submit to us lah. Yeah, so I mean for me personally, I can say that from episode 1 to 10 season 1 true stories because I personally went through them. Tapi for the people who submit to me, I cannot say diorang bedek ke apa benda, because to each is macam my pengalaman also ada orang cakap tak betul, you know, that kind of thing. So for me, I take it like memang betul lah, diorang takkan nak tipu kan. So I think yang second season pun betul lah, is actually what they encounter.
Right. So guys, kepada sesiapa yang masih belum kenal the True Horror Stories POV, I will basically, you know, you guys can click the link below. Alright, korang pergi page dorang, pergi dorang punya YouTube, show your love, show your support to them. But then I can tell you, kalau korang tengok cerita-cerita dorang, even me myself, you know, aku tengok cerita dorang ni, susah nak tidur malam lah, senang cerita. Okay, because my favorite episode in regards to True Horror Stories is basically Overtime. That's one of my favorite. Okay. And then the Midnight Jog, and also yang latest is the Bedridden. Itu tak boleh tahan lah, itu kan, itu cannot go lah, that one. I tengok skip, apa macam orang kata skip and then play balik macam okay, I'm not this strong lah, you know, to actually watch this from start to finish kan. Tapi jalan cerita tu kita faham lah macam mana kan.
Alhamdulillah. Okay.
Right. So basically the reason why I invited you here in Malam podcast with the segment is basically, you know, this particular session ataupun this particular episode is basically I call the subscribers, or I call any YouTubers to actually kongsi dengan the segment ataupun kongsi dengan penonton-penonton the segment in regards to your personal encounters. So do you have any personal encounters that you would like to share with us?
Adalah, takkan tak ada.
Alright. So basically I'm just going to pass the stage to you, then maybe you can just tell us the story.
So for me, since I've been wanting to share this story tapi tak ada platform. So thank you so much Hafiz from segment the segment to invite me
Yeah, so basically this is the exclusive story lah.
Correct.
The segment pegang ni.
Tak ada orang pernah dengar this story except for my family members lah. Okay.
Alright.
So actually dah mula ni
Mula.
Okay, so actually my dad side, kita ada kampung dekat Malaysia. Kita ada kampung kat Muar. So time I kecil-kecil, I remember kita selalulah macam cuti kat Singapore gini kan. So kita selalu March holiday ke apa, kita go to visit kita punya kampung kat Muar. So I know I have this one pakcik, sekarang dia dah tak ada lah. Dia punya rumah kan, kita tak suka, dia very friendly, satu family, dia very very kelakar, very tak garang, very chill tau. So kita actually suka pergi rumah dia. Tapi yang buat kita tak suka pergi rumah dia is pasal rumah dia betul-betul kat tengah-tengah hutan. So macam
okay.
And then dia punya rumah is rumah macam rumah sebuah gitu. And then dekat sebelah rumah dia ada this pondok kecil tau. So this story happened when I was I think 5 ke 6 years old lah, very small lah. So bila kita pergi balik kampung kat that house kan, then of course kecil curious. So I asked my mom, I said, Mami, kenapa ada rumah kecil kat sana? And then rumah dia macam buruk gila tau. Like it's like you can tell macam rumah yang besar ni is ada orang jaga. Habis rumah sebelah ni kecil dia macam tak tahu urus langsung tau. So kita was like macam okay. Then I asked my mom, I said, Mami, kenapa rumah ni kat sebelah macam ni? Asal tak pecahkan je ke? Atau you know, just upgrade balik ke apalah, kasi cantik kan? Dan mama cakap, tak boleh cakap. Like she don't want to tell me tau. Dia macam just cakap gitu je. So I was like thinking macam okay, tak apalah. Then macam, but you know as a kid, kita curious, kita nak tahu macam asal lah macam gitu kan. Okay, so then after that then buat bodoh lah. Then ni tengah hari, the first incident that happened was tengah hari, I think dalam pukul 12.30 tau. So kat depan rumah dia kan, rumah dia kat tengah-tengah hutan. So around the area ada macam this macam tanah gitu, macam space lah, ada a big space. So me, my brother and my cousins, kita main bola. So kita tendang bola tu, main sembarang. Sekali tiba-tiba bola tu somebody tendang masuk dekat macam sebelah blok, sebelah pondok kecil tu tau. Then after that my brother dengan cousin dia macam kau ambil gitu. Then I was macam tak apalah aku ambil. So I actually went over. And tengah hari tau ni, you imagine tengah hari when I went over to ambil bola tu yang dekat pondok, I nampak ada this kelibat lah. Ada satu orang tengah duduk macam macam duduk macam sopan tak? Dia macam macam I don't know what to call it lah. Dia macam duduk macam ikan duyung gitu.
Duduk bersipuk tu.
Tak tahulah apa nama dia. Dia tengah duduk dekat dalam rumah tu tau. Tapi tak nampak muka dia sangat. Dia just berserabai rambut dia. Dia tengah duduk macam gitu. Habis tu I just cuy tengah nak ambil bola tu, tengok ada orang lah. So I was thinking patutlah ibu tak cakap apa-apa, pasal tu rumah orang. Aku pandai je cakap asal tak pecahkan atau tak renovate kan. So that's what I thought tau. So I was like okay tak apalah. Then continue main bola. Tapi I did feel macam rasa weird lah. Because macam walaupun pukul 12.30 pagi petang, rasa macam bulu roma ternaik. Macam nak cakap macam rasa macam weird lah. So I just buat bodoh je. Then time malam datang lah. Malam dah sampai. So me and my brother, my adik-beradik semua, kita tidur dekat hall. Dekat hall dia ada macam ada tempat kursi dengan kat macam kirakan macam hall dia bagi dua into half lah. Half of it ada kerusi-kerusi, half of it is just tikar je tau. So me and my brother kita kena tidur kat tikar tu. And then my dad sepatutnya tidur dekat kerusi panjang lah, that sofa semua. Then after that my makcik semua tidur dalam bilik tau. So the first night, just before kita tidur, my dad tengah isap rokok ke apa kat belakang lah. Then after that my yang arwah pakcik ni dia datang. Habis dia macam kecoh tau. Dia macam kecoh gitu. Sekali dia pergi ambil penyapu lidi Dia ambil penyapu lidi. Habis dia letak dekat pintu. Dia time tu pintu dia lock ni macam mana tau, you know, like macam ambil kayu habis letak kat atas gitu.
Yes.
It's the old school dia lock tau. So dia dah lock gitu. So I thought macam okay, wah cool lock macam gini. Because kat Singapore tak nampak kan lock macam gini kan. So bila nampak lock macam gitu, then after that tiba-tiba dia macam cari sekali dia ambil penyapu lidi. Habis dia letak tau. Dia macam kibas-kibas ke apa kat pintu. Habis dia letak kat depan pintu. So I was very curious. I was like thinking macam asal pakcik ni buat macam gini kan. Macam because I don't know lah kan, tak tahu apa-apa. So I just tidur je. Then tidur tak ada apa-apa lah happen. It's just that macam just a very macam questioning thing lah, kenapa dia buat gitu kan. So besok pagi then I ask, dah terbangun-bangun pagi semua, then I ask my abang, abang asal dia tak gini. Then my brother pun macam tak tahu asal lah. Then after that kita macam okay let's tanya pakcik tu when you know the next day ke apa. So paginya kita tanya dia, kita cakap Tok kenapa Tok letak gitu Habis dia cakap kau nak tahu, korang nak tahu. Dan after that kita cakap okay, betul-betul kita nak tahu. Okay, kalau korang betul nak tahu, then malam ni jangan tidur malam. So kita macam okay on lah. Tapi kita macam kira macam secret lah. Kita 3 orang je. So my dad dah tidur kan, dah tidur malam. Then after that Tok tu buat lagi tau sama benda. Dia ambil lock tu, dia letak atas pintu lock tu. Habis dia sapu 3 kali. Lepas tu dia letak penyapu lidi tu dekat pintu lah. Sekali lepas tu kita macam tu kata nak bilang kita kenapa kan. Habis dia macam okay, nak tahu kenapa Sekali dia ambil dia penyapu lidi, dia letak tepi tau. Dia tak letak kat pintu tu lagi, dia letak tepi. Tu kita duduk diam lah. Kita tengok aje kat pintu tu. Kita macam fikir macam asal macam what's going to happen. Because this is like kita tak tahulah kan what's going to happen. So after that tengah duduk, tiba-tiba kita dengar macam ada orang nyensut that sound.
Okay.
Pelan tau. Kita dengar gitu. Then at first it sounds a lot like macam you know macam barang orang sirit barang gitu lah. So kita macam fikir macam okay, what's that sound? Kita dah macam weird tau. Sekali lepas tu makin dekat that sound. Sekali by the time my pakcik ni, dia dah duduk kat sebelah kerusi. Habis dia dah tengah tersengih-sengih sorang-sorang. Tapi kita macam fikir macam asal why is he so macam tersengih sorang-sorang lah. So weird kan. Sekali lepas tu just tengah macam gitu, tiba-tiba kita dengar ada this perempuan yang suara. Dia tengah merayu-rayu kat pintu. Dia macam I don't know how to make that sound, but the sound is very macam macam gitu.
Okay.
So habis me and my brother kita macam stop. Kita macam fikir macam asal ada tiba-tiba ada bunyi this perempuannya macam merayunya nangis gitu lah. Sekali lepas tu kita just macam okay tak apa. Then kita just time tu kita kecil, so kita macam apa sih ni, like what's going on. Sekali lepas tu dia macam soalan tercakap nama Terus tiba-tiba my pakcik terus dia macam korang dah tahu kan kenapa Tok letak ni kan. Lepas tu terus kita masih tak faham. Sekali lepas tu dia masih tak faham lagi. Okay, dia biarkan lagi tau. Sekali benda tu kat luar gendang like really slam the door sampai you know that kayu yang I say tu yang untuk lock pintu tu, sampai kayu tu dah macam dah nak tercabut, macam dah nak terjatuh. It's so kuat. Kuat gendang gitu. Sekali lepas tu terus agaknya my pakcik ni dah rasa macam asal macam dah heavy sangat lah kan, budak-budak ni tak reti ke apa. Terus dah ambil penyapu tu, habis dia diri depan pintu dah 3 kali. Lepas tu dia cakap, pergi kau dari sini, ni rumah aku. Dan dia cakap lagi benda lah. Then after that baru kita faham. Then me and my brother kita faham that actually benda yang kat luar tu it's not human. Because kita kecil, so kita ingatkan itu macam manusia ke apalah, padahal tengah-tengah malam. Tapi then after that, bila the whole incident, then baru kita find out that actually it's actually tak tahulah apa benda, but it's actually macam this benda ni lah. And after that, bila dah besar sikit, then I ask my mom, I cakap, Mami actually apa benda ni semua. Then so apparently diorang cakap that pondok tu yang kat luar yang diorang tak pecahkan tu, that pondok is untuk dia tinggal. So memang itu macam kirakan macam dorang, jadi macam kirakan macam tu rumah kau, jadi kau jangan kacau rumah aku gitu. Tapi apparently benda ni malam-malam ada juga dia punya macam tak tahulah nak ganggu ke apa benda kan. Dia ada juga nak masuk rumah my pakcik lah. So that's why my pakcik have to ambil yang penyapu tu and letak kat sana. I don't know why dia pakai that penyapu. I don't know what's the reason apa benda, but apparently it works for him. So that's why so that's why then dia start to letak that sapu lidi kat sana lah. So for me and okay, maybe I tak explain tadi siang-siang, but actually you know how close the door and mana kita tidur is macam mana macam you just imagine you tengah baring dekat sebelah pintu tu lah. That's how close we are to the door. Yeah.
That's quite close.
Very close. It's not far at all. Dia tempat tu kecil. So that's why you imagine bila benda tu, bila sekarang ni fikir balik, it's like so close. Dia macam panic sendiri tu, macam dekatnya benda tu dengan aku. But kita tak tahu. Because kita time tu kecil, kita ingatkan macam ada orang ke apa malam-malam datang ke apa. Yeah, so that was an incident which I didn't know was macam so close, tapi because I was small lah. Okay, so ada time tak untuk lagi satunya story?
Ada banyak lagi time kita ni. But then before we go to the next story, right? So basically the orang yang you nampak dekat rumah tu basically is like a perempuan lah. Perempuan tengah duduk macam duyung tu dengan rambut yang serabai apa so. But then do you have any idea who was it? Is it like Pontianak ke, ataupun nenek kebayan ke?
Actually,
do you have any idea?
No, actually honestly speaking kan, if you were to ask me, I don't know what is it. I just know that benda tu dia tengah duduk sana. Dia macam tengah tunggu kat sana kat rumah tu. Dia just tengah duduk macam tengah chill gitu, tengok kita main bola gitu. Yeah.
Laki nothing happen masa you tengah kutip bola tu.
Itulah, that's why my mom was like macam terus after that mama cakap kalau then after yang pasal then bila kita bilang my mom and my dad pasal apa pakcik ni buat kan masa malam-malam pintu semua ni kan. Then after that my mom cakap, kalau bola ke apa ke terpergi kat rumah tu ke, kau biarkan je, tak apa, aku belikan kau bola baru.
To that extent that they are quite terrified with that thing basically.
I think she don't know. Okay, because at this point of time, at this age kan, I was still discovering that I can see benda ni. So because like when I know I can see, umur I think 5 years old ke apa, and then this thing happen like maybe 6 years old. So macam masih fresh tau, masih tengah nak jinak-jinak dengan this whole boleh nampak thing lah. So then my parents, bila I tell them macam mak ada benda kat rumah sendiri I tell them macam nampak barang ke apa benda, diorang macam alah budak-budak ada imaginary friend, diorangnya attitude macam gitu. Diorang tak macam layankan, diorang tak macam ya ke mana, diorang tak gitu. So when I was curious and asked them about this kind of thing, they kind of shrug it off lah. So that's why diorang just macam kalau that's why when I ask macam mami kenapa ada rumah kat sini kan, diorang macam don't want me to macam suddenly macam apa imagination ke apa, cause they thought it's my imagination, so tak nak encourage tau. So that's why diorang just tak ada apa-apa, kau tak payah tahu about this house. But then when that thing happen at night, baru diorang okay lah, maybe problem kalau budak-budak ni tak tahu what's actually going on. So that's why diorang have to advise, kasih amaran, jangan pergi rumah tu.
Alright. So all this while you have been seeing all these kind of things, kan? Macam mana? Apa perasaan you actually? I mean, you know, sama ada you comfortable ke, you tak comfortable, because every now and then you akan nampak. You see? Every now and then you akan rasa. You know? So actually, how that treats you basically?
Okay, dulu I would freeze when I see something. I would literally freeze and I would just macam tak boleh gerak ah. Then people who around me, macam my sister, semua akan macam, asal kau diam. Then terus they will look around and then they will like, okay dah jalan-jalan, because they know. So diorang know like how to. And when I nampak benda gini, I tak suka tegur, because from my experience dan dulu bila baru-baru tengah find out, whenever I tegur, benda tu ikut ataupun nampak lebih, atau you know, something worse lah will happen. So that's why I learned that if let's say I see anything, diam aja. And then bila dah diam tu, terus freeze lah, tak boleh cakap apa. So tapi Alhamdulillah, semenjak dah kahwin, and then my husband also, he boleh nampak juga lah, he also have the same ability. So bila kita nampak benda-benda gini atau ada gangguan ke apa benda kan, masih juga kadang-kadang at times I freeze, macam terus look down, tak tahu nak buat apa gitu, and then he would be the one to come in and then help me lah. But Alhamdulillah, like he also advise me, kalau nampak benda macam gini, kita kena fight. Kita tak boleh takut dengan dorang, kita tak boleh macam layankan dorang semua kan. So recently, bila ada gangguan berlaku, I try my best to baca iaitu kursi, atau paling-paling pun Allahu Akbar, you know, at least do something rather than diam lah. Ni lah, kalau nampak benda ni, try to kuatkan diri, baca ayat kursi, you know, cakap Allahu Akbar ke, So in the process, I'm still not perfect lah. Kalau you ternampak apa-apa sekarang, masih juga freeze. Tapi cubalah slowly lah, InsyaAllah one day.
Alright. Okay guys, sebelum kita gerak ataupun sebelum kita dengar cerita Nakia part 2, alright, sebab aku rasa dia pun nak share one more story dengan kita. Jom aku akan bawa korang untuk tunjuk korang the snippets ataupun the preview of the true horror stories, what kind of content yang korang boleh tengok. Alright. Okay guys, so that is the content of True Horror Stories POV. Takut kan? Memang takut gila guys. Okay, kalau korang rasa macam korang nak takut-takut malam ni, takut-takut malam esok ke apa, korang pergilah tengok kat sana. Okay, so Nakia, I think we are ready for your second part of the story.
Okay, so my second part of the story, this one happened when I was in secondary school. Okay, so this story time tu I was actually macam prefect gitu in my secondary school lah. So for us prefect, kita selalu ada camps tau. And then for that particular camp, I remember that kita orang ada main this water bomb, tapi dalam dia letak dorang pergi letak air dengan telur tau. So that tengah hari tu kan, so kecoh lah, kita dah tengah camping semua, habis lepas tu dorang main water bomb ni kan, habis campak kan. Then my hair that time panjang tau, so I terkena that water bomb thing. So imagine rambut kena dengan air plus telur, so mesti melekit kan. So then after that lepas kita dah tu, then after I told all the people lah, I say okay lah, tak apa, kita dah end of the night, I need to go shower lah, nak mandi cuci rambut kan, dah melekit sangat. So cause usually sometimes when I go to camps, if let's say macam tak perlu sangat, tak apa kan, I don't mandi my hair, you know, leceh lah nak keringkan semua kan. So I will just mandi badan, then rambut ikat je. So sometimes kita buat macam gitu. But for this camp, I have to mandi my hair because dah terkena the telur lah. So then so di my sekolah we have this weird ruling, kita perempuan tidur dekat training room tau, which is tingkat 3 in the building ah. And then budak-budak lelaki semua tidur kat hall. So hall is tingkat 2. So tapi dia jauh lah, macam dia macam across each other but very far. Lain-lain building lah, senang kata building 1, building 2 So I was inside so dekat this training room dekat tingkat 3. So I tell my friend lah, I said babe cepat aku nak mandi, nanti ramai orang So you imagine dalam macam 50 perempuan gitu, all nak mandi lah, nak mandi rambut. Okay, so this sekolah ni, they have this very weird punya condition tau, that nobody is allowed to use the toilet dekat tingkat 3, perempuannya toilet kat tingkat 3 after 7 PM. So tak ada orang boleh pakai tau. So even though kita camp and bilik perempuan dekat tingkat 3-nya training room kan, kita kena turun bawah tingkat 2 untuk mandi sana. So macam at that point of time I was thinking macam meripik sih, like asal ni, is it like because cikgu macam lokek ke apa, macam you know tak nak waste water, so diorang sengaja limit satu toilet ke apa lah kan. So that time macam tengah rebellious sikit lah. So bila tapi when I told my friend, then my friend was like jom lah kita pergi mandi. So kita turun bawah lah, pergi toilet yang tingkat 2 tau, yang where we are supposed to bathe So because my friend lambat, kita tengah beratur kat sana, queue dia punya lah panjang. So you imagine dalam satu toilet tu cuma ada 6 cubicles gitulah, here and take, give and take 6 cubicles, and each cubicle ada macam 5 perempuan tengah beratur nak mandi. So I cannot stand the melekitness of my hair, I cannot stand it. So I told my friend, I was like, babe, kita naik atas lah, just mandi je lah kat toilet tingkat 3, it's okay lah, I mean nobody's gonna find out what, tak ada orang kisah. Lagipun meripik sih, kita tidur tingkat 3, kita kena mandi tingkat 2, like nonsense kan. Then my friend at the point of time, dia tengah, tak salah gosok gigi ke, dia tengah cuci muka dia lah. Then after that she was like telling me, boleh lah, cause she also melekit tak tahan. Then she just okay kau naik dulu. Then after that I was like telling her, okay aku naik dulu nanti kau naik okay. So I just went up to level 3 toilet. And then and it's actually a motion sensor punya lampu tau. So when you go inside the toilet, terus lampu dia light up lah, that kind. So when I go to the toilet, terus lampu, it was so dark. Then I was like thinking macam, should I go or should I not go Tapi oleh kerana dah rambut dah melekit sangat, and then I cannot afford to queue kat bawah kan. So I just beranikan diri, and I just walk pergi kat toilet yang gelap tu. Sekali alhamdulillah really dah sampai dekat depan pintu toilet tu. Terus lampu dia light up, terus terang, terus tak takut lagi tu. Tapi punyalah shock, toilet dia ada 6 cubicle, semua ada shower head, bukan cuma 6 cubicle, and then kosong, tak ada orang. So that's why I was like macam seronok apa. So I was like macam nasib aku pandai kan, aku tak tunggu macam budak-budak kat bawah tu kan. So I went inside, pilih cubicle mana nak masuk. Then I went inside one of the cubicle, Okay, so this toilet kat tingkat 3 ni, the downside is dia tak ada that shower head tau. Dia ada macam you know macam ada pipe kat tepi tak? Macam
tahu.
Macam pipe kat tepi lah kan. So when I was tengah mandi tu, I choose the toilet yang ada, you know, yang toilet yang dia bukan duduk tau, dia yang kena nyangkungnya.
Okay.
Yeah, so toilet macam gitu yang ada pipe kat tepi. So what I had to do was I had to bend down, you know, like macam kangkang kaki gitu. Sekali I have to flip my head over.
Okay.
Jadi rambut kat lantai lah gitu kan. So I have to do that to wash my hair because tak ada shower apa. So at that time my hair was long also. So buka pipe kat sana tu. So tengah cuci rambut semua. So bila tengah macam in that position, pintu tutup kan. Then I saw air mengalir tau. Air mengalir turun, tengah mandi lah kan. So air mengalir turun. I nampak ada in the water reflection, I saw my friend dia jalan masuk toilet. Then after that I was like macam, babe tu kau Habis lepas tu dia just picit tap water je. So tap water on lah macam gitu. So I was like, okay lah, dia tak nak berbual agaknya kan. So I just continue mandi. So bila tengah mandi tu, macam hati tergerak untuk tengok that water reflection. And throughout the whole time when I was bathing, I saw my friend punya reflection dekat air tu, tengah diri and looking at the door. As in tengah diri and looking at me. Faham tak? Boleh faham? Dia tengah diri macam gitu. Habis air mengalir kan. So the reflection I was like thinking, asal dia ni pergilah mandi kan, asal kau diri sana tercegak kat sana tengok aku tengah mandi kan. Then I just macam tengah nak macam tak mau feel weird lah. So I just told her macam, nasib sih aku pandai kau tengok, kalau nak harapkan orang semua, kau masih tengah tunggu sih kat tingkat 2 lah, confirm belum mandinya. So tengah berbual, member just diam aja, just diri kat sana staring at me, not saying anything. So I was like, agaknya dia ni really tengah bad mood ke apa lah. Cause my friend ni memang kadang-kadang kalau dia macam bad mood, dia tak suka berbual. Dia macam suka diam aja tu. Dia tak suka macam termarah kat orang lain tau. So dia just diam. So agaknya adalah ni dia punya moody kan. So tak apalah, mandi rambut. Dah habis mandi aja, terus buka pintu tengok, I was actually alone. So I was alone the whole time. So I was like macam thinking, dan masih bodoh, masih macam selenge. So I was like macam, lah, dia ni dah mengamuk, tak nak berbual dengan aku, tinggalkan aku pula. So I was like thinking macam, okay lah, agaknya dia dah fed up kan, tunggu aku lama sangat kat sini. So dia jalan keluar dulu. So I was like, okay tak apa, masih tengok cermin, masih tengah keringkan rambut, masih tengah macam nak isap rokok pula. Semua hidup tak pernah isap rokok, by the way. Gosok gigi, astagfirullah.
Gosok gigi. Okay, gosok gigi. Guys, gosok gigi. Nakia dia tak isap rokok. Okay guys, dia nak gosok gigi.
So tengah gosok gigi. So sempat tahu waktu semua. So after that, at the same time macam tengah fed up lah, macam like agaknya kawan aku ni attitude ke apa lah. So keluar masuk dalam training room, and then kita tidur dalam sleeping bag tau. So she obviously my friend, so dia tidur sebelah lah. So I just wake her up macam, bastard sih kau, tadi kau keluar, aku dah nak keluar tau. Like if you wait for me like 5 minutes tak lama pun, you don't have to leave me alone, you know. Sekali then she sat up straight from the sleeping bag, dia keluar. Habis then she look at me, she stare at me. Then she was like macam, kau pergi mana tadi? Then I was like, aku mandilah kat tingkat 3 tadi. Then she was like, tak, aku tadi naik, lepas aku gosok gigi tu, aku naik tingkat 3, aku tengok lampu toilet tu gelap. Gelap. Dia cakap tak ada orang kat sana. So dia cakap, if I'm inside, mesti lampu tu motion sensor kan, so dia mesti on apa?
Yes.
So dia cakap, aku lalu sana nak, aku tengok kan, aku cakap ni gelap gila sangat kat sini, like obviously nak tak ada kat sini lah. So I was like, then terus dia U-turn. Habis dia U-turn, dia masuk bilik. Habis dia tanya orang semua, dia cakap, korang nampak naik tak? And semua orang semua cakap lah, they never see me. Then the last time diorang saw me was tingkat 2, yang tengah tadi lah, tengah bising-bising, tak nak beratur semua. So that was the last time everybody saw me. So then after that, I told my friend, I was like, tak, aku mandi kat toilet sana, serious. Kau rasa rambut aku basah ni? So I give her my hair to touch, kasih dia pegang semua. Habis dia cakap, Naki, sumpah demi Allah, aku ngendap, aku tengok that lorong semua gelap, tak ada lampu apa-apa. Terus after that I was like, okay, aku tak tahulah what happened kan. So I was like, okay tak apalah, then kita just tidur je lah. Then the next morning I woke up, terus fever melenting tinggi, kena send home. I cannot finish the camp. Then I told my mom about this incident, because my mom was like, kau okay apa during the camp and everything kan. And I suka lah, macam I said I enjoy camp, asal macam tiba-tiba sakit, demam semua kan. Then I told my mom of this incident. I said, Mami, when I bathe right, and then ni semua. Then my mom macam diam lah. Then terus dia cakap, I don't know whether this is true or not, but suspect macam kau termasuk alam lain. That's what my mom cakap. Because the fact that my friend ataupun maybe benda tu tutup mata my friend, that's why my friend nampak lampu off, maybe. Or ataupun maybe I yang termasuk, you know, alam lain, that's why my friend tak nampak lah. Allahualam, I really don't know what happened. But then my mom was like, kau nasib baik kau dapat keluar. Like if not then if not then I don't know what would have happened. Maybe you are still stuck in there or what. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, tadi when I say I dah habis mandi and I went out, right, to macam tell my friend macam, kau lagi 5 minit kau tunggu kan. So apparently my friend cakap I was missing dah lama. That's why dia dah tidur. So
I see.
Yeah, so what felt to me like 5 minit aja aku dah keluar apa, kau boleh tunggu aku. She told me was actually macam almost an hour. That's why diorang semua dah ngantuk, diorang semua decided to just tidur je. Yeah, so diorang just assume that maybe I went down to tolong cikgu ke, pack things up ke. Diorang assume macam maybe I'm busy lah doing other stuff kan. Yeah, so so I don't know lah, really honestly I don't know what happened. Tapi this was one of my, macam I would say Alhamdulillah, Allah really selamatkan lah. If not, I think I wouldn't be here to actually share this story with you guys lah.
Kan? Tapi agak scary juga bila, I mean, I can actually imagine, you know, bila you know, tundukkan kepala and then semua rambut you jatuh ke bawah and then you basuh dengan pipe air tu.
Yes.
And then you can actually literally see ataupun saw your friend's reflection kan.
Correct, yes.
I just you know, the only thing that I can I would like to imagine is basically, you know, what if benda tu actually datang and, you know, kejar you ataupun you know, standing like right next behind you ke apa kan.
Betul. Kalau dia dah masuk kat dalam tu cubicle tu, tak tahu lah, I don't know what's gonna happen lah. But
kan,
I don't know lah. Okay, I really don't know. That's why when I think back kan, macam benda ni happen, I keep on thinking macam like, really say, aku really Alhamdulillah aku terselamat say. Like anything could have happened say. Benda tu could have entered, benda tu could have, I don't know, do anything to me, or I don't know lah. Or I could have been
it's crazy.
stuck in the toilet still ke, in a loop, I don't know.
So basically you are very lucky lah. You are very lucky that you got out from that kan.
Ya,
itulah.
really bersyukur sih.
Shocknya cerita you malam ni. The first story pasal dekat Muar, you know, jumpa perempuan yang duduk macam duyung tu, you know. And then the second story exclusive. Thank you so much Nakia, you know, for doing this exclusive for the segment, for the stories. Okay, so Nakia, before we call it a day kan, Nakia, I just would like to ask you a couple of questions in regards to true horror stories POV lah, basically, you know. What is basically your future plan in regards to true horror stories POV?
Okay, short term plan right now for season 3, kita nak buat stories of YouTubers, influencers, you know, people who actually have also similar encounters. Because like I know yourself, you also dulu naughty kan, degil-degil kan, budak nakal kan. So macam I want to hear stories from you know, this kind of perspective so that's my short term punya goal for season 3. But for long term goal, insyaAllah, I actually would want to produce like I wouldn't say movie lah, macam that one is very macam like tinggi gila lah. Maybe
boleh.
InsyaAllah, amin.
Kan, mesti boleh.
Maybe like maybe I would like to collaborate with I don't know, a production house ke siapa-siapa lah who actually would want to make my experiences into like a movie ke apa benda. And then like I don't know, kalau if you can still make it into a POV, Alhamdulillah, so that people can really know that what I went through and macam, you know, feel it out. So the reason why I want to work with big productions and insyaAllah kalau ada rezeki is because of the resources. Like just now the 2 stories that I told you kan, the reason why I didn't make them into POV as much as I want to is because I don't have the resources. I don't have rumah kampung, I don't have the actors, cameras, I don't have the sekolah, the toilet, you know, the facility, the location to shoot. And then even like the ghost maybe like, you know, macam I don't have like macam the means the capabilities to do macam really macam like kau punya. So that's why I feel like kalau let's say insyaAllah if ada rezeki to work with a bigger production house ke apa benda kan, then dorang might be able to pull off, you know. So if I tell them macam, oh aku kat dalam toilet ni sekali nampak example lah benda tenggek ke ada apa, at least they can try to help me with that. You follow or not? Yeah,
yep.
So basically
Totally follow,
the resources lah, and also at the same time again I get to share my stories and then like let you guys experience what I encounter lah, basically.
Yep. Yeah. So but then again, Nakia, you know, don't worry so much in regards to all your future plans and all. You know, for me myself, you know, daripada the segment and also I'm very much sure daripada semua penonton ataupun all the segment subscribers, kita akan doakan kejayaan Nakia and the team to actually reach to actually to reach your long term goal lah, basically.
Amin. Terima kasih. Right. Thank you so much. Terima kasih atas doanya. And also Hafiz, I want to congratulate you once again. Masya Allah, kau punya cepat dapat 10k. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Next week aku nak tengok 1 million. Gitu.
Hey,
amin.
Next week 1 million. Amin. Kalau boleh dapat 1 million terbaik kan.
Amin.
Tapi itulah, I mean the segment punya goal is basically, you know, I'm working full time as in a local company, you know, and doing this as a part time lah kan. Tapi obviously I do have my own dreams basically to jadikan the segment as a production house and also to have my own staff, you know, my own editors, because as of right now I'm doing it pretty much like Lone Ranger lah basically sekarang ni.
Faham sangat-sangat.
Kan paling kuat pun ada orang jaga email lah, that's about it, you know.
Okay,
but then the editing wise, the uploading wise, so basically it's all me
sendiri
so sendiri bikin lah kan. So that's the plan. But then as of right now, I tak nak gerak laju sangat, you know, because people cakap lah, you know, kalau you naik laju then you akan jatuh pun laju kan. So we just need to climb up very steady and very, you know, slowly but surely lah. Slow and steady lah. Alright. Okay, Nakia, thank you so much, Nakia, for, you know, sharing with us the dua cerita yang bagi I memang best, you know, something different, you know, because all this while kita dapat cerita pasal pocong, pasal Pontianak dan sebagainya, but this particular cerita from you is pretty much different. And thank you so much for spending your time and also, you know, sudi untuk collaborate dengan the segment, you know, even though the segment baru like what 12,000 subscribers right now, and you are like what 120 plus subscribers.
Tak jauh lah.
And you guys can actually, you know, come down to my level to actually collaborate with me. I really thank you so much, and you know, I really honored lah basically to have this particular session with you.
I'm also honored, terharu you call me on board. Alhamdulillah. Thank you so much for this collab.
Yeah. So Nakia, before we go, do you have anything to say to your fans out there yang tengah tengok sekarang ni, probably from the segment punya subscribers? Anything at all? Go ahead.
Ni part yang tak bagus ni, yang tak pandai ni. Okay, firstly, thank you so much guys for your support and everything. Alhamdulillah, really bersyukur lah that korang support us up till today, and insyaAllah more coming soon. Tapi I really hope that korang understand, because of this COVID situation, bukan I don't want to buat video, tapi government undang-undang lah yang buat it very difficult lah, you know, cause I really macam, obviously I want to entertain and then macam produce as much videos for korang yang entertainment kan, especially during this PKP period, semua very boring kan. So I know I also want to make, tapi masalahnya is yalah this kind of situation. Hopefully korang understand, faham lah anyway, please subscribe to the segment kalau korang belum subscribe, and also mari kita kejar how to say macam push Hafiz until dapat 1 million gitu.
InsyaAllah, amin kan.
Amin.
Moga-moga lah dipermudahkan one day. Okay guys, kepada sesiapa yang ingin sharekan korang punya kisah seram, korang boleh hantar email kepada kami di hellosegment@gmail.com ataupun korang boleh DM kami di Instagram @hellosegment. And also the segment sekarang ni kita orang ada dekat platform yang baru, iaitu the Discord, the segment Discord. Okay, the segment Discord ni basically kalau korang join dekat the segment Discord, you guys can basically chat with me in real time. Korang boleh chat dengan Nakia in real time because Nakia is in there as well. And then korang boleh chat dengan other subscribers as well. Okay, so jangan lupa like, share dan subscribe channel The Segment, and kita akan jumpa lagi on the next coming episode. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam. Bye.